Hello everybody, welcome to Relationship School. I am your Professor Scooby-Doo. And on today's episode of Relationship School, we are going to talk about fear of getting cheated on. You see, the fear of betrayal can easily stay on your mind if you always thinking what if they doing or what if they doing that. So you need constant reassurance on a continuous basis to conquer your own insecurities.
That is correct, Scobby. Having fear can be the lead cause of new fear. And if there's something from your past that makes you always feel like you're going to get cheated on, in my personal opinion, you have to get that taken care of first before you even get in a relationship.
You telling me, when I dated this hottie from Miami who was just a crazy girl with mental insecurities, one time she accused me cheating one night, right? Went through my phone, asked about every single girl that I knew who I haven't seen let alone touched in years, and if that wasn't enough, on my Facebook account. She saw some girl send me a request message, you know when someone's sending you a request. She decides to throw water on me in the middle of the night and give me the who is she look. I needed to get up out of that relationship. So if anybody knows anything about a woman who always think you're cheating because she's been in bad relationships before, it's me. My best advice is, don't date them, like under no circumstances. Not even for the sex.
Now, if a woman is insecure, that doesn't mean you should always give up on her. All you gotta do is to give her that reassurance, because our minds sometimes be all over the place. So sometimes it does be because of that fear that can cause a woman to overthink sometimes.
Right. I'll give her reassurance for trauma I never caused, and that's supposed to have me believe that she's still not gonna have trust issues. You have to get that fear out your mind first. Sometimes always being scared can cause someone to run away.
Okay, looks like we're having a mutual disagreement here. The topic is fear of getting cheated on. Both men and women have this fear of getting cheated on. But let's look at the consequences of getting cheated on. When a woman gets cheated on, she loses herself and the pain can take over her mind and spirit where she emotionally and mentally overthinks a lot. Men also go through the same thing, but the biggest difference is, we the ones who attempt to justify how the pain we felt caused us to shoot, stab, kidnap or threaten someone, and we seem to undermine the pain and trauma we caused to innocent people over an emotion. So how can men and women deal with this fear? As Brian said, yes, it's important to want to get that fear out your mind first so you don't bring their trust issues into a new relationship, but unfortunately men and women were never taught how to overcome fear from relationship trauma, but that's what relationship school is for. And I think for this topic, I think it's only right that my wife shares a few words of how a woman can overcome the fear of getting cheated on. So I would like everybody to help me introduce my life partner, my best friend, the most beautiful, intelligent, God-fearing, loving, caring woman that I am honored to be married to. She is also the CEO of Hiccup Breakup. Put your hands together for Lola Bunny.
Bun, you just love to put the spotlight on me. That's why you're my favorite person always and forever. Aww. So the topic is fear of getting cheated on. This fear stays in your mind if you decide to do one of these three things. 1. You refuse to talk about it, because when you talk about it, you emotionally get irritated and angry. 2. You always need reassurance. There's a big difference between wanting reassurance and needing reassurance. Wanting reassurance means you want to give whoever you're dating the benefit of the doubt, and you rather try to show faith, knowing the person you are with never caused the trauma. But needing reassurance means you always overthinking. No! And that can cause anybody to just their peace over your emotional needs. And the third and final thing is you expect the person who you are dating to think and feel the exact same way how you think and feel just because you're in a relationship with them or possibly talking to them. In order to get over the fear of pain, you have to practice the feeling of letting go and opening up about the pain. One of the main causes of mental overthinking is self-isolation, and the more you overthink, the more pain you're causing in your mind. And the person you're growing with has to pay the consequences, and that's not fair to them. The first step is practice handling your emotions as you talk about past pain, and you must give yourself time to practice. Give yourself a few months or even a year if you have to, so you practice handling your emotions, because once you learn how to handle your emotions, you can learn how to manage your anger. That way you won't make a split-second decision based off your emotions where you possibly get sent to jail. And once you practice that, next you must have higher tolerance for having faith in others, especially when everybody has lived a different childhood. But that doesn't mean you should invite new people in your personal space of peace. And the final step is practicing communication by using your mouth, not by using your mind and emotions. Both men and women seem to forget that communication is a big part growing, and communication is when you talk, not think. Here's an example. Bun Bun, can you come here for a second, please? Look at me and Bugs, for example. Even though we are married, we don't use our minds to communicate, even when I'm mad at him or if he's upset with me. We let each other know what's on our minds immediately whenever we get the chance to talk to each other. Let's say, for example, Bun Bun, I'm not really comfortable with you going to Hawaii because I get jealous when you have fun without me sometimes. And it make me feel like I'm not the person you have the most fun with.
I understand, Lola. That's why I'm not going. I'm not saying that because I want you to stop getting jealous. I'm saying that because I got zero problem reminding you that you're still my best friend, always and forever. That's the benefits of communicating. Because my wife informed me that she gets it makes her feel insecure and kinda jealous. I can't say that she's crazy or being controlling because communication is about expressing yourself of how you feel and think. So as her best friend, I have to have a higher tolerance to understand and not react based of emotion of how it makes me feel. It's not easy, but it can be done long as you practice thinking using logic, not emotion.